We're going to be opening up the front of the hip here using PAILs and rails to expand range of motion and gather better control of the back of the hip. So there's a few different ways that you can set up for this. One being just like this, where we can try to get a posterior pelvic tilt and really bias the top of the hip. We can also grab our own foot here and be able to control our level of stretch to a point. But if that's too much, we can also take the foot onto the back of the bench here, and we can have that as our prop if we have a hard time reaching our foot. So I'll demonstrate with holding my own foot, but just know you can do this on the bench or on the ground. So first of all, we want to hold like a 2-minute stretch, feeling a big stretch on the front of this hip, maybe even down through the quads or around the knee. As you do this, try not to be hyperextended through your spine or twisted backwards towards that other hip. We want to keep our chest square, hips square, and keep your balance. If you need or want, you can have some PVC pipe here. If you got your foot up against the mat, it might help you brace strong. So anyways, once you've got that 2-minute stretch held, then we're going to try to produce force in 2 different ways. Force number 1 is going to be pushing our foot down towards the ground, either into the ground, into your hand, or into the bench. And when you do that, you want to light up the whole front of the quad. So we're squeezing the front of that quad. You can go ahead and start and try to feel that, about 50% tension, and see how that kind of feels. Making sure that you start lightly so that you don't just rip that quad off of your legs. So now that you understand that one, try the opposite, engagement number 2. That's going to be squeezing the back of the hip and the hamstrings, trying to lighten the load on your foot here, or on your hand, or on the bench, or on the ground. So engagement number 1 is squeezing the front side. Engagement number 2 is squeezing the back side. So go ahead and start with engagement number 1. We call that PAILs. Trying to push your foot into the bench or your hand or the ground and squeeze the front of the thigh. When you do this, irradiate tension through your core, starting with about 50 or 60% engagement, and then building that up into 70, 80, 90, and your greatest, safest effort, really trying to push your foot down and brace your core as strong as you can. Treat this like it's a max effort lunge, and you're really trying to stay strong. So when you do this, make sure you don't feel knee pain. If you do, then back off a little bit. Same with any joint. For 3, 2, and now we want engagement number 2. So now try to squeeze the butt, squeeze the hamstrings, and try to take the foot off of the hand if you can. Really trying to light up the back of the hip. Brace your core strong. We're looking for a strong max effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you have a new range of motion. And in that new range of motion, you could then go and do both of those over again. And you could do your PAILs again, and then your rails, trying to pull up. Each of those for about 10 seconds. So go ahead and start with that 1 rep, or that 1 set. And as you continue to practice this, build up into 2 or 3 sets.